pants.
We back. Episode 12? No, 13. Let's make some noise for that. How everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Right?
Good.
Everybody looks amazing for once. I appreciate that. Shout out to Nori. It's Nori.
Hey.
But that's her own fault. You ain't gonna shit on yourself and waste my time. Matter of fact,
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
you know what I mean? So this might be risky, man. We've been doing a hell of a job. Ratings been going up, views been going up, subscribes been going up. So I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Let's get right into it, man. So flirting, right? Pretty simple, right? You know, you hopping in DMs, you let's say somebody has a story, right? And you know you make a little you say a little something on the story, knowing it goes to the DMs and it's not public, right? All this is flirting, essentially. Is that wrong? And is it cheating? Hopping in DMs, flirting in other ways too, face to face. Is that considered cheating? Is it wrong? Is that considered cheating? Q, we'll start with you.
Damn, why you gotta start with me?
Because I just like how close you are to the camera.
All right. So yeah. I think it depends. I'm gonna go with yes. You know, that's a form of cheating. I think emotional cheating if you're flirting. Now, if you're commenting on something that somebody posted and it gets taken out of context, that's different. But yeah, if you flirting with people in the DM, that's definitely to me a form of you kind of stepping out on whoever you're with.
Yeah, I mean, flirting, I wouldn't say it's cheating, but it's definitely inappropriate. It can be cheating depending on how far you go. It's unacceptable, I think, in a relationship dynamic. What, Corey?
I'm just listening, man. I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's unacceptable, disrespectful behavior. So I don't think it should be tolerated, but I wouldn't say it's cheating. I think there's levels to that classification. So my view, but Alex?
I don't think flirting is cheating. But there's limits. There's boundaries. But with the DMs, that's not a thing. I don't know what you're doing, which I got to talk about in there privately. You can see things, you can think it in your head, but that doesn't require you to have a response. I mean, I feel the same way about also liking things.
We can't like Instagram pics.
Master Corey.
I'm just asking. You said like. Is that what you're talking? We can't like a pic on Instagram.
Let Alex get it off, man. Let Alex get it off.
Everybody calm down. It's getting spicy. It's real early. Okay. I think it depends on who it is that they're liking. It's one thing if it's like a celebrity or something like that, but when it's someone who is not that, you could like it in your head, but you don't double tap it. Don't comment on it. It doesn't require all of that.
So we can't double tap on a pic of a regular chick, but if it's like Beyonce, Megan Good or somebody, we could double tap on that one.
I know it sounds weird, but yes, I'm okay.
That sounds a little weird.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
So then, is it a question of what's attainable?
Is it?
It then becomes a question of what's obtainable, right? So celebrities are not regular people to us, right? But what if your status was elevated? And what if you did run in those circles? So now can you not like a celebrity's photo because they're technically regular? You're all in the same status.
I never thought about it that way.
What if a celebrity responded?
I don't know. If Beyonce respond.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
Get us the check. Get us the check.
Right. I don't know.
More look. I was tomorrow. What you got?
I guess what Hamp was asking was about like if you're responding to a story. So I had a hard time with like understanding, like if somebody posts something in a story, let's say it's a picture, or a lot of people post memes in their story. So you might, they have different like what are they called, reactions. So
So like you might put a reaction to it, but that doesn't mean, and that's gonna go into that person's DM, but it doesn't mean like I want to have a conversation or somebody post a picture, say for example of them playing a sport, and you're like, oh yeah, good job. That doesn't mean like I'm trying to really jump in your DMs. That's the way that it's set up for the story. Now, if you're going to direct messages and you're trying to, you know, have conversation and create
dialogue, I think that's a little bit different. I think what happens is some people will, guys in particular, will take something as simple as a reaction to a
photo and be like, nah, she want me to hit.
Like, no, I honestly was
just, you know,
putting a smiley face. That doesn't automatically mean that the intention is to flirt. So if your
intention is to flirt, then yeah, that would be a problem. But I think just you're on social media for a reason, and so it's okay to be social with people, but I think within limits. So as long as you're not crossing boundaries, I think it's okay to, you know, give the reactions. Those are there for a reason. You could like a photo. Now, if somebody's half nude, I don't know if you should be liking their photo on that. But just regular, you got a picture of your grandma, that's okay.
Your grandma? I'm liking that shit.
If you got a picture of you and your grandma, you and your family, I'm gonna like it. But if it's like a picture of you and your dog, you got so past it. Like that's, you know.
So you had commented that you was okay with like doing like reacting to somebody's story. So if you react to my story, but then I follow that up with a hey, how you doing? Are you gonna respond to my follow up to your initial reaction, or is that off limits?
I guess it depends on the question, or like, you know, if I react to, I guess it depends on what I'm reacting
to. Now, if you're trying to have just a standard dialogue, like, so how was your night? There's no need for you to ask me that. But if it's asking me a question, if you're asking me a question in response to maybe the meme or whatever you had going on, then I don't see any reason with two adults just talking about that particular issue, as long as you're not
talking about anything
inappropriate. There's nothing, I don't see anything wrong with that. But I also seen how it could easily go left, because guys, I've seen people like, if she responds, that means she want me to hit. Like
that's not the case, though. It's just being kind. But it sounds like, Corey, that's
your train of thought as well. If somebody responds, you think it's a good
yeah, if you respond, hey, my time to shine. Well, let's go. She want me. Look, I mean, if you didn't want me, you could have kept your reaction to yourself. You see a lot of stuff you don't react to. You reacted to my pic because you want me.
Or you just look nice today.
Or I look nice enough for you to want me. Either way, I'm about to try to find out.
Narcissist and self-absorbed.
Or I could try to shoot my shot and find out, and that way we don't have no confusion.
But see, that goes
or
back to
I can catch you, screenshot you shooting your shot and send it to your wife. How about that?
Or that's a hater move, and hate is not tolerated.
We prefer the term transparency.
No, transparency. That's what it's called. Snitches get stitches. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. I'm next. I haven't given my point. I don't think double tapping the pics is cheating. Sliding in the DMs, I think Instagram is just a medium, a way to converse with people. So, it's no different than texting or verbal conversation. So I don't see any problem with having conversations via Instagram or Facebook or whatever. No more than I would, if I would converse with you in person, then I can converse with you on Instagram. That's how I see it.
But what about those people who they won't comment on your photos, but they'll react to your story and only write in your story, which makes it private?
Because because they might not want everybody up in your, sometimes you get too many eyeballs on it, then they might, the public can take that a certain way, right? If I put if you post a pic and I put a fire emoji on it, they're gonna be like, oh, who is that dude? Like, what is, what I'm saying? What's going on there? I don't need everybody in my business, so I could hit you with a direct message.
Which is a form of flirting.
Right.
Even if it wasn't flirting related, even if it was just, it could be innocent. I could still just want to reach out to you privately. I ain't doing it for show. When it's on the wall, it's for show. Everybody can see it. I can just.
But when you're crossing the line and when you are and aren't being inappropriate.
I don't know.
It's
I have a
easy
hard
to
time telling.
it's easy to tell when you're being inappropriate because if you can't have a conversation that your woman can have with another man, then you know it's inappropriate. So yeah, if you flirting in the DMs, then it's inappropriate because if your woman can have the same conversation, you wouldn't feel no way, then you good. But if you know you would feel some type of way, then you wrong.
Go ahead, Billy D. Tell them.
No, that's wrong. I think different rules apply for men and women when it comes to
Oh, we're back to that. Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I think we got different rules for men and women when it comes to flirting. It's like the sexting. There's a double standard. It's like the sexting. There's a double
No, it's
standard.
not the same.
Can you break the rules down for us, Corey?
Because I would love
Yeah,
to hear.
you know, because it's in a man's nature to you know, to flirt and to converse and it's acceptable for him to hold conversations with people who may find him attractive and may want more from him than just that conversation. But for women, it's not acceptable. And because see, I'll tell you why. So for women, you know, when you conversing with a dude, you know he probably up to no good, and if he had the chance, he'd smash. So that make the conversation different.
So you're saying if women have a conversation with you, it's not likely, or it's not always the case that she want to get in your drawers.
That's right.
But you're saying when we start conversations, it's more than likely that we want some cheeks if we get a
Right.
Are you speaking for yourself, Corey?
Well, not for me, because I'm one of the good ones. I'm one of the good ones. I would never do these things. But
Can we screen share your DMs right now?
Right. Because remember, we also live in the realm of screenshotting, right? So to Tamora's point, you know,
I
you
use
may
vanish
not
mode. Use vanish mode.
So you are a pro at this. That's
you may not have intended it to be one way, but that doesn't mean that the individual who potentially screenshotted didn't mean it that way. They could have been like, girl, every time I post something. No, because I've known of situations where it's been like, girl, every time I post something, here he comes sliding in. Not only is he liking something, but then he has to comment. He feels the need to have a conversation.
Well, you know, text words shared via text can be misinterpreted. So, you know, whatever you screenshot, you know, I'm sure there's a good explanation for it.
You should be a lawyer. You missed your blessing. You missed your calling.
You know, words can be misinterpreted.
I don't know if he'd win any cases, but you know. Go ahead.
Do we use certain, what's it called? The thing where all the flames come up, reaction, right?
Yeah.
So are some reactions off limits based on who posts like the story or the picture? So for instance, right, if one of my friends' wives posted or Alex posted, right, just saying like a picture where she looked nice, I would put like fire emojis. I wouldn't put heart eyes emojis, right?
Ooh, yeah, not heart eyes, no.
And again, fire could be wrong too, but you catch my drift. I'm just trying to like figure out one, right? So like how are those interpreted? Like how do those come across?
How I'm choosing to interpret it.
Oh no, that's not how that works.
But it is though, for the person who's on the receiving end. Like, girl, I posted something and here he go, sending the reaction.
I think the context matters though.
Yeah,
that's the other piece to it.
I don't see heart eyes unless I had an ulterior motive though.
Right.
I don't know, or unless it's like a bunch of babies or some shit.
I don't know that the fire one is close to the heart eyes too, though.
It is.
Like
it's about
the fire and the heart eyes is what.
Yeah, I don't even know how they pop up. Every time they pop up on my shit, I'm like, that's cool, but I don't even know how to do it. I don't know why. Maybe it's a different button.
But I think I would be more cool with the fire than heart eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like, I'm even particular with the heart eyes I put on my friend's stuff.
Exactly.
Just because like I need to know you before you be like, back to interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
I can send a heart eyes to example him. I probably done did it before. Or actually Facebook only has like the love emoji, right? Like when you like something, boom. I'm only gonna do that to people I know. Because what I don't need is something interpreted the wrong way.
Yeah.
Or you screenshot, try to make this whole thing like, oh, or whoever.
That's something that it's not, right?
Yeah. And I also think it depends on the actual picture. Like if I'm taking a picture and it's like from my waist up and my breasts are out, or you see like my breasts take up the majority of the picture, like I think it's inappropriate for a guy to send flames or heart eyes if he's in a relationship. Like, I mean, mind your business. Scroll past. I know you like it. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You ain't always got to hit it. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, first off, women love compliments. We're just trying to brighten y'all day. Say something nice to you.
That you saw it.
You can't even compliment women right now.
But on the flip side of that too, though, like once you post it, you don't get to tell people how to react. You posted it.
You're right.
If you want to tell people how to react, your stuff will be private, and you'd have the only people that you know.
Yeah. Which is why, if you're in a relationship, you should be mindful of what you post.
I agree.
Yes.
Discretion.
Yes.
Discretion is the term. Huh?
Well, it may not matter what you post. Somebody might take it however way they want to anyway. You could post something, you sitting on a park bench with autumn leaves falling behind you. Somebody might put the hard eyes. Then that turns into something else, right? But
it depends on who's putting the hard eyes. If it's my ex, or somebody I dealt with in the past, that's going to become a problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
like real talk. I had a blind dude hit me up in the DM once talking about "Good morning, beautiful." I'm like, "How you see me?" So you know,
you felt your spirit.
No, but I'm saying,
I felt it in my shanda.
So if this is the person that's in the comment section, that obviously can't be taken out of context because the nigga blind. Like, so it depends on who's putting what in the comment section as well.
I disagree because what's the
name? Ray Charles only had bad chicks.
Only he knew who was. He still knew who was ugly.
Yeah, based on wrists, not on Instagram.
Yeah, he was touching them though.
Based on wrists,
y'all
not
not about to get
Instagram.
caught up.
Yeah, nah, that's not.
You must have said something. You got a beautiful voice.
His speech to text, your speech to text made him like jump. That's what it was.
Speech to text. I did not have that back then.
Shout out to my nigga in the DMs that cannot see. That's a different one. Yeah, I think I appreciate Sean's point though, because he wasn't. Even though I don't like that he says these things a lot, because that Billy D shit gotta go. I know the nigga in real life, but whatever. So it is true. Like some of the shit that like is not acceptable for us, or that wouldn't be acceptable for your lady to having a conversation, in my opinion, would probably be over the top flirting, and I think it would be cheating in my eyes. So that point was pretty valid. Any final thoughts on the topic?
Yeah, flirting lead to fucking. So if you flirting, and that's
That
a
is
form of
not
cheating.
true. That is not true.
If you do it right, it's true.
Flirting leads to conversation and going home.
Together.
No, not together. Not
So
together.
wait, so Corey, you saying flirting is fine?
I'm saying conversations had via Instagram may not be flirting. I wouldn't use the term flirting. I'm just saying these are conversations had via Instagram. I don't know what flirting is. Like, what is flirting? Like, what is a flirt? What's the example of flirting?
Well, how's your night doing the syntax again? Why are we doing this every time?
I know. Yeah. Like,
tomorrow
next topic. Next topic.
Yes.
I'm saying, how's your night going? Is not flirting. Like, that's not to me.
Yeah. I hate to say this,
but I do agree with Corey.
Hold on.
I hate to say it.
Come on now.
Hold on. I know I'm gonna get attacked. I agree with you could have a conversation. So you could have a conversation. You, like I said, it could be something where somebody posts something, and you could have a conversation about music. You could have a conversation about a general subject, and that doesn't classify as flirting.
Right.
Even if
so it's about sticking
somebody's
to the
DMs. It does matter what the topic is and what the context is. So you should be able to have if I could be Facebook friends with you or Instagram friends with you, I should be able to have a conversation with you without it turning into flirting or sexual. Now, as long as the conversation stays, within limits, it's okay for somebody to reply to somebody's story, regardless of, whether they're male or female or whatever you're into. Then you should be able to have a conversation with that person.
Now,
I think
if it crosses the line to
where you are talking about, well, you look nice today, or how you doing, and that's when it gets, into a slippery slope. But you should be able to,
So,
if there's
compliments are flirting. Is that what I understand? A compliment is flirting.
compliments are flirting either. Oh, you know what? That looks really good on you. But I feel like men also have a hard time receiving compliments without believing that it's leading into something else. I should be able to say, "Oh, Corey, you know what? That shirt looks really good on you," and not you think that I'm interested in you in any way.
Look at how that made you sound right there. Look at you.
You want to smash?
I
knew you wanted to smash. I knew you wanted to smash.
But
So you
that's
look
how
good
it
on
goes.
me.
Men have to work on being able to receive compliments without turning them into sexual things. I should be able to say, "Oh, you know what? You have look. I didn't even realize you had all your back teeth. You got a nice smile." I should be able to say that, and you not feel some kind of way or take that into a sexual or a flirt, thinking that I'm flirting with you. Now, if you believe that I'm flirting, then that's on you. You have self-esteem issues. That's not on me. I should be able to be kind to you without you thinking anything else.
Yeah,
But I think women deal with the same thing too. Like not being able to take a compliment as that. You kind of feel like a guy's trying to get at you in some type of way. So I think it goes both ways.
I think so.
But I think men don't get enough compliments.
So when they do, you know what I mean?